How we doing, guys? And it's finished. Arsenal 4, Tottenham 1. Ooh, let it all work out. If there was a script writer, then you could not have written a better script. It was Thomas Frank. What did he say in midweek? Eze who? Do you know who Eze is now? Hat trick in his first ever North London derby. The player that everybody keeps saying nearly signed for Spurs, but then made a U-turn at the very last minute when he realised that Arsenal had opened the door and they wanted to sign him. It's all worked out now, isn't it? That was, and I'm not exaggerating this, one of the easiest North London derbies we will ever have. That is one of the worst Spurs sides I have ever witnessed. And I've witnessed some absolute rubbish over the years. But that was terrible. That first half performance from Spurs was absolutely abysmal. They were wasting time in the first 5 minutes. They were terrible. So many of us were sat there at half-time in the ground and scratching our heads and going, what on earth is that? Honestly, what is that? You know, we were hearing before the game that they were going to set up with this 5 at the back in a similar way that they played, you know, against PSG. But they would be able to be expansive and attacking and all these different, you know, permutations that we were hearing. I don't think they barely crossed the halfway line. They were abysmal. It's no exaggeration all week. The last couple of days in particular, I've had Spurs fans on my case about being called Middlesex FC. Middlesex Hotspur. Let it all work out. But that's where you're from. Okay, we already know. We've already established it. You didn't become a North London side until 1965. This is our territory. North London is ours. We don't care what you have to say about us being from Woolwich. We're proud of our history. But we also know that for more than 100 years, North London has been ours. And it's red. And it will forever be red. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. No tin pot flower vase that you won last season will mask that. Sitting there inside the ground today, singing Champions of Europe. It's embarrassing. You could see some of your fans were embarrassed by it. And the way you performed was even more embarrassing. You know, you look at your Champions League game in midweek, you're playing Paris Saint-Germain. They're the champions of Europe. Okay, they are the champions of Europe, the real ones. You're not a champion of Europe if you win the Europa or the Conference League or anything like that. And that's a small club mentality. You don't see Chelsea fans singing champions of Europe because they won that third-rate European competition last season. They see it as a means to an end. It was just like, okay, we're in this, we have to win it. Cool, let's move on. They're not going to sing it because it's embarrassing. But that's what a small club does. That's what you do because you are a small club. mrdt Eze scores again. Oh, mate. What a performance that was. What a performance that was. If I've got one thing that I'm going to moan about, it's that we conceded a goal and we let Spurs have 2 shots on target. You know, one of the shots on target, I think it was from Simons. And David Raya could have had a cup of tea when he, saved that. But the goal, Zubimendi can't get caught like that. Okay, it was very reminiscent to the goal that Spurs scored in pre-season. I'm not going to put the blame on David Raya, okay, because positionally, he's where he needs to be. It's the way that we play. He's going to be off his line. But what he needs are those in front of him to not get caught on the ball. All right. And it's not one of those where, a really bad pass was played into Zubimendi and, he gets put in unnecessary pressure. He just doesn't release the ball quick enough. All right. And then the finish, great finish. Well done. Pigeon. Woo, he scored. Woo. They'll hold on to that and be like, we scored one of the greatest North London goals. It's like amazing. Forget that we lost the game 4-1. It's like, who was the player years ago that scored that, the reverse kick? I can't think what the actual terminology for it is. Was it Lamela, was it, that scored that goal? Never won the game, but still go on about it. Look at the smile on my face. I'm just laughing. I haven't stopped laughing all game. And it's just like, I can't describe it, but go into the North London derby, all right? And whether you're watching at home at the game or whatever, okay? And this is my experience of this. And I've been going to watch North London derbies since like 1986, 87 season, when I very first started going to watch Arsenal, all right? And when you're watching these games, they're nervy, they're edgy, and you want everything to win those games. It means everything. It's the bragging rights and all the rest of it. And for us this season as well, when you look at the results, over the weekend and everything, and in particular Manchester City, then you're thinking to yourself, this is a big opportunity. And I know people will still sit there and talk about Liverpool losing and everything, but I don't even look at Liverpool as being in a title race. I need an iPhone Plus to see where they are in the table. Like, that's how bad they are right now. But Man City losing, that was big. And we increased that gap to 7 points. We increased the gap to Chelsea to 6 points after they closed it to 3. And we've got them next in the Premier League. So it was big for so many reasons. And we're coming back from an international break as well. But yet the intensity and everything from us was brilliant. It was spot on. And you sometimes don't get that kind of intensity when you come back from an international break. But we were immaculate. We were so good. And we will all talk about Eze and the hat-trick and everything. But let's talk about Declan Rice and how immense this guy was. Let's talk about Trossard and how good he was. Bukayo Saka doesn't even need to be the main man because everybody else is doing bits and pieces. And Jurriën Timber again. Henkape. Can we talk about him for a moment? We don't even miss Gabriel. And speaking of Gabriel, you're not going to get any set-piece goals. That's all right. We'll just score 4 goals from open play this time. Whatever way you want us to do it, it's fine. We'll do it. We'll find a solution. Calafiori, good again. Saliba was it was calm. And like I said, David Raya, he had nothing to do again, bar that one opportunity that they scored from, which was just Zubimendi's fault. It's as simple as that. And listen, it was nice for Madueke to get on and get some minutes. It's good to have him back in the squad. Mikel Moreno, there were some good moments, some moments where he gets caught on the ball and you're thinking, stop doing that. But I can't wait for Victor Gyökeres to return. And, we've done all of this to Spurs, who everybody was talking about before the game and their away record and how they've changed, how Thomas the Frank Engine has done this, that, and the other. Thomas the Frank Engine, what are they? A steam train with no coal. They're terrible. They are terrible. And Vicario, my word, what's his arms made of? Spaghetti. He is rubbish. Rubbish. And I just, listen, at the end of the day, like I said, it was the most easiest North London derby we will ever have. It's the most easiest North London derby since they started in 1965, and Spurs became a North London side and not a side from Middlesex anymore. Let it all work out. I'm buzzing. There's nothing better than beating them, honestly. And the other thing is as well, and I didn't want to say this before the game because I don't want people to, jinx it or for something to go wrong. But one of my sons, it was his 15th birthday today. Happy birthday, son. Oh, I got my 10-year-old son messaging me and he's just like, Dad, this is easy. This is like, he was talking all, day before the game and saying how nervous he was and everything. And he was like, what did I have to be nervous about? That was easy. I had my eldest son who's now like 25 and he was there messaging me and he was just like, what was that? What was that? And he was around and see Arsenal win the league at White Hart Lane. Like, it was just easy. Okay, it was just easy. It's as simple as that. That Tottenham side are terrible. Terrible. So, look, at the end of the day, I can't say much more. It was just a brilliant day. Little blemish conceding a goal to the Pigeon. But hey, listen, let them have their little one consolation goal while we, enjoy 4. And a hat-trick from Eberechi Eza. Oh, mate, I'll tell you something. Listen, it's like, I've never been a really religious person and never, I was christened, all right, in a church. And like, maybe I need to start going to church more. Because when you look at Jurriën Timber and Eze and players like that, and Bukayo Saka, who really believe in God, and, Eze in particular, when, he's joined the club and I listen to what he says and how it's all worked out for him because of God, and he prays and his family prays. And listen, I'm being serious. Maybe I need to start believing more. Maybe I need to pray more, because everything that Eza does, his prayers get answered. I'm not exaggerating here when I say this. I'm being genuine. Maybe I need to have a little bit more faith. Maybe I need to pray some more. Maybe I do need to look up above and think, yeah, look down on us. Look down on me. Look down on my family. And yeah, I'm getting emotional now, and I'm just thinking about my dad. And it's amazing, isn't it? That was my first North London derby at the game without my dad. So yeah, I don't want to get too emotional because it's like such a great day and it's such a great moment. But yeah, it makes you rethink and reflect as well about things. So maybe. Arsenal 4, Tottenham 1. Piss off back to Middlesex. I love it. You know what to do if you haven't already. Like, subscribe, comment, and all the rest of it. I'll see you lot soon. Bayern Munich in midweek. We got that coming up, haven't we? Oh, that's going to be another big game, isn't it? That's going to be a tough game. They're a good side. We'll talk about that another day. Let's enjoy this. And yeah, you know what to do if you haven't already. Like, subscribe, comment, and all the rest of it. And I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.